guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing something that I think is very important because we're going to be talking about something that I think is very important because obviously as I'm getting back into the gym, getting back into a routine, I have started kind of taking a trip down memory lane, so to speak. And I started thinking about things that I was so uninformed about, so uneducated, and rightfully so. I was completely new to the gym. I didn't really know anything to start with, but there were a lot of things, even just like misinformation that I had received from people that I think really affected negatively my gym journey. So today I'm going to share 5 things with you guys that I wish I knew before I started working out, and I hope that this video helps some of you guys out there because even if you are not new anymore, I think these are just good things to remember and think about because even after years, this information still has a place and it still can remind us and teach us things because it can be easy to fall back into old habits. First thing I wish I knew before I started working out is that you do not have to go to extremes when dieting. When I first got into the gym, I didn't have this channel yet. At the point that I started this channel, I was already into If It Fits Your Macros, IFYM, macro counting, all of that. But when I first got into the gym, I was told by a guy that did bikini coaching and all of that. I paid this guy like $400 a month. With what money? I don't even know. He told me that I had to have 6 meals a day. Oh my God, I have the emails. Guys, this is 2014. Everything you need for prep. Oh my God, I can't believe I still have this. This is what I will say. The meal options that he gave me weren't actually bad. It was a lot of like sweet potatoes, Brussels sprouts, chicken, eggs, things like that. I did have options there. However, there were certain things that I wasn't allowed to do. Like I remember I couldn't chew gum or like it had to be sugar-free gum and I was only allowed to have like 2 slices a day. But I had to have 6 meals a day within 2 hours of each other. And basically like my meals just consisted of half a cup of rice, a bunch of broccoli, a bunch of chicken. And is that healthy? Absolutely. But it was an extreme. It was an extreme and a pressure that especially someone like myself who has OCD, to have to hit these meals within a 2-hour window, to have to make sure that it was weighed and measured perfectly, to make sure that I had 6 meals a day, even if I was full, or if I was not full by the end of the day of the 6 meals. That was my rule. Like I had to abide by that. I couldn't have any sugar. I couldn't have any cookies. There was no cheat meal. It was intense and it was like, so again, is there anything wrong with having 6 meals a day? I don't know. Actually, I'm not a nutritionist or a dietitian whatsoever, but I think most would say as long as your body is reacting well, that's fine. But again, it was an extreme and it ended up being so bad for me in the long run because yes, I got skinny so fast. Realize I'm saying skinny. But then after 12 weeks, I started binging because I had depleted myself of snacks that I really love. And in turn, the second I was like, oh, this doesn't work for me, I just gained like 30 pounds fast. I think I gained like 20-30 pounds in a month. It was pretty bad. Honestly, all I would say when you're first starting out is to just be aware of what you're putting into your body. Making sure, oh, you know, I haven't had any vegetables today. How can I incorporate that into my lunch today? How can I incorporate it into dinner? How can I incorporate it into a smoothie? Mindfulness is the best approach when you're first getting started. Holy shit. So where I live, it's a little bit older here. When people want to come to the gate to drop something off, they have to buzz the buzzer. And sometimes they don't realize how loud it is for us. You just gotta do 1 boop. He did like 7. It was so loud. He kept going. It didn't stop. Second thing that I wish I knew. It takes time to see results. And this is actually something that to this day I still struggle with, and people who have been in the gym for a long time still struggle with. That's why there are all those memes of people who are like, you know, it's like the little kid with the little chubby belly. He's so cute, and it's like me after eating healthy for 2 days waiting to see abs, and they're obviously not there. These memes exist for a reason, and it's because it's self-deprecating humor, honestly. We're just like, wait, why do I not look completely different now? It takes time, and honestly, you will start feeling it mentally and physically, feeling it before you actually start seeing it. Because literally, we are using our muscles in a way that they're not used to being used as, right? So, and when we're working out, we're also causing little micro tears in the muscle fiber as well. So our body not only has to get used to to that. It also has to grow muscle. It has to repair. That's why we get DOMs. And you are now building this new physique for yourself. And it takes time. It takes time for the fat to be replaced with muscle. It takes time to just lose fat in general. So just be patient and ride it out. Because I remember when I first went and I was like, it had been 2 weeks and I was like, I've been here for 2 weeks. Why do I not look any different? No part of me feels different. I'm getting the sore muscles, but I look in the mirror and I still look the exact same as I did 2 weeks ago. I would literally stop after that because I was like, this isn't working. Something's wrong with my body. Metabolic damage. It's not gonna happen for me. But it's a fun journey. And if you write it out for 6 months, a year, these girls that we follow on Instagram, their bodies weren't like that overnight. They started at the same base as everybody else. Or maybe they did have some sort of athletic background, but even still, nobody just looked like that. It took time to work to get that physique. So enjoy that process and enjoy feeling it from the inside out. Tip number 3, we kind of just touched on this. Motivation is fleeting. It will not always be there. There are gonna be days where you are a powerhouse, where you first get into the gym and you're like, how did I ever not do this? This is you on the elliptical, by the way. But you'll think to yourself like, oh my God, I could do this for the rest of my life. I feel so good in the gym. I feel amazing. I feel strong. I feel empowered. I'll never lose this feeling. Oh, but my love, you will. You will. Every single girl that I know, every single guy that I know that has been going to the gym for a long time has had their moments with the gym where they're just like, oh my God, it kills me to have to think of stepping inside the gym right now. And that is okay. Listen to your body when you don't want to go. And then from there, it's worth it to analyze that a little bit sometimes. Not crazy, but you know, for some people, like when I originally took a break, it was that I wasn't really in the best place mentally. And I probably should have been going to the gym. I just really was not feeling good. I was depressed and some endorphins would have really helped. However, there are also days where you need to listen to your body. Maybe you're really tired, or maybe you just really are not motivated to go to the gym that day. And it's up to you in that moment to decide, do I want to go to the gym? Like, is this something that will actually benefit me and I'll feel better after? But at the end of the day, that's not the point of this. The point of this is motivation is fleeting, and it is okay if you have moments where you are not motivated, but try not to get stuck in that headspace. You know what I mean? Like, try to regather yourself, regather your thoughts, figure out why you're feeling this way. Push yourself to go if it's worth pushing yourself. Don't push yourself to go if it's not worth pushing yourself. It always is you first. Don't make the gym this thing sitting in a gold-plated chair. You have to do this for yourself. Tip number 4, and I still stand by this, and I will actually give this tip to not only myself, but other people who have been in the gym for a long time, but especially for beginners, is to make sure to try out all different forms of working out. Just because your favorite Fitspo only does weightlifting, or just because your favorite actor only does kickboxing, or your boyfriend only does powerlifting, does not mean that that is what you have to do. Sure, it's really great to, especially when it's somebody in your personal life that is very knowledgeable on these things that can teach you. Like, it's awesome to have that type of influence. I encourage you to dive into that and explore that. However, if you can sign up for something like ClassPass, this is not sponsored, but if you can sign up for something like ClassPass, or I don't know if there's any other service that really does it like that, or if there's any gyms in your area, like kickboxing classes or yoga classes, cycling classes, where they allow you to try the gym for a week or try it out for a day, try them all. Anything that catches your interest, try them, because variation is important, but you're gonna discover different things that you like to do. So just because weightlifting works really well for one of your best friends doesn't mean it's gonna be your favorite thing. And it's important to know that there are multiple ways to get to the dream physique that you have, or that dream body that you have. That end result can be achieved by so many different things. So you don't have to put all your eggs in one basket like, oh, well, she does weightlifting and I wanna look how she does. Who knows, she might actually do cycling twice a week as well, and that's how she's getting that additional fat loss. You just have to take all these things into account and try everything out. I have tried kickboxing, I have tried yoga, I have tried hot yoga, I have tried boxing, which is a little bit different than kickboxing, because I find, at least at the spots out here, kickboxing, it's like a fat loss routine, whereas boxing is just working on the bag. Oh my God, I've done HIIT classes, I've done it all. And granted, I kind of do them all now too. I mainly focus on bodybuilding and strength training, but when I do feel the need to mix it up, I now know I have a whole library full of things that I like to do. The 5th thing that I wish I knew, and this is probably the most important of them all, the most important, is that the scale does not define your progress. Say it with me. The scale does not Define your progress. I still struggle with this. I will not sit here and lie to you guys. I will always be transparent. So many girls do. That is why some of your favorite influencers, your favorite athletic coaches, a lot of people do not own a scale, or they weigh themselves once a month, once a year. It is rare. I weigh myself maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, and it's really just to keep up with my body. Is something causing me to bloat more? I'm also really intrigued with the fluctuation in weight when periods come, obviously because of water retention and stuff. So for me, I find it fascinating. But when you are getting into a fat loss phase, or you are just trying to do any form of weight loss, or maybe even muscle gain, and you're trying to put weight on, do not get in your head about it. Because always remember, especially if you're doing this for fat loss, muscle weighs more than fat. It's just denser, it's heavier. So just because you started at 135 and you are still at 135 in a month from now, doesn't mean that you haven't made progress. Progress pictures will always outweigh the scale. Because if you look in the mirror and you were 135 4 weeks ago and you're 135 today, you might have a completely different body than you did 4 weeks ago. You might notice that your legs are slimmer. You might notice that your tummy is looking tighter. You might notice that your arms are getting more muscular. Pay attention to those things. Also measuring with the measuring tape, your arms, your legs. I did that when I did the women's strength camp out here in LA at Lift Society. Great gym. If you're in the LA area, I highly recommend checking out Lift Society. They're fucking phenomenal. And at the end of it, I was like, oh, okay, my butt got a little bit bigger. My arms got like a little bit skinnier. I lost like 3 inches on my waist, but I weighed the exact same. I think I started at 118. That's always typically where I'm floating. Started at 118 and I ended at like 118.3 or something like that. Or maybe it was 117. Maybe it was like a slight fluctuation in weight. But I saw those measurements and I was like, oh, okay, so the scale doesn't define everything. It is not actually showing the bigger picture. You were seeing this much of it, and you need to see the whole thing to really take in the progress that you're making. If you're going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, maybe even 5 times a week, you're doing cardio, you're eating healthier, there's no way that your body isn't progressing. So just because a scale doesn't say so, it's not the actual truth. There are good things happening in your body. In fact, maybe it should even be something that excites you, like, oh, I still weigh the same. That means I'm probably replacing some of that fat with muscle. It's a journey and it's a fun one, and don't let that scale define you, because you are so much more than one piece of equipment, and your progress is so much more than one piece of equipment. All right, you guys, that is going to conclude this 5 things that I wish I knew before I started working out. This was actually really nice and therapeutic for me to talk about. You guys know I love having these little chit chats. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it though, and I hope that it was helpful for you guys. And please do me a favor and comment down below one thing that you wish you knew, or 5 things. Leave down below some things that you wish you knew when you first started working out, or just things that you've learned along the way, and help some more people out, because there are a lot of us that are new to the gym and need to read these things and hear these things for us to really go down the right path with this. Working out is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be something that ruins you mentally or physically. It's something to make you feel healthier and feel better from the outside in and the inside out. So that's it. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a favor, throw this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are not already subscribed. I have an upload schedule starting next week where I'll be uploading Sunday through Wednesday, so you guys can look out for that. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.